Hey guys, what about today? I am Lana and today I'm here. Yeah, I'm with this because here in my city, in the moment that I am recording this video, is so cold, and I guess that the next videos in this month will be will be with this shirt because I don't remember how to call it in English, sorry. Because it's too cold in my city and I'm recording it in February, so here it's a winter period, so it's too cold and I hope so much that it's not bothering you. Alright, so today I will continue our series with the video why studying feels so hard and why you're not the problem. Alright, so I want to start with something sorry that almost no one says out loud. Studying became harder not because people get less intelligent, because it's just because the environment became much more hostile to the brain. And today, when you try to study, you're competing with notifications, anxiety, constant comparison, pressure to perform, in an educational system that measures results instead of understanding. That changes everything, alright? The brain does not learn well under threat. It learns when it feels reasonably safe, not comfortable, not relaxed, but safe enough to explore. When studying feels like a threat, like if I don't understand this, I am a failure, the brain switches to defense mode. And in the defense mode, the brain focuses on survival and not learning. The new information doesn't stick properly because the priority is protection, not curiosity. Alright, so another common mistake is treating studying as one big and vague block, saying things like, I'm going to study math right now, or I'll study history today. Sounds organized, but it's actually too abstract for the brain. It's too vague. Um, the brain doesn't know what success looks like, so it resists. The brain works much better with specific tasks, like I'll solve two problems. I will understand this concept. I will explain this idea out loud. Specific goals reduce instant resistance, sorry, because the brain knows exactly what it's supposed to do. There's also the issue of passive studying. Most people study by reading, rereading, watching classes, and highlighting tasks. This creates the illusion of learning. The content feels familiar, so it feels learned. But recognition is not learning. Learning means being able to use the information without support. Real learning requires active effort, explaining the content in your own words, applying it, making mistakes, and correcting them. This feels harder at first, but it's actually less exhausting in the long run because the brain can see progress, and that's a thing that every brain wants to see. Another problem is studying for too long without breaks. When you study until exhaustion, the brain associates studying with suffering. The next day it resists. So, not because you're lazy, but because the brain is trying to protect you from something it learned to associate with pain. This is also why many people feel like they study a lot but learn very little. That's a thing that most people feel, right? That feeling usually doesn't come from lack of effort, it comes from misdirected effort. Many people study in a way that avoids mistakes. They stay in the comfort zone of reading and listening because it feels safe. But avoiding mistakes prevents learning. Mistakes show you exactly where your understanding breaks, alright? And that information is valuable and too much valuable. It's like gold, alright? Another issue is studying without a cognitive objective. Saying I'll study history is too broad. The brain needs a clear outcome. For example, understanding a cause, explaining process, or connecting events, or I don't know, without that clarity, efforts get wasted, right? There's also information overload. Trying to cover everything leads to shallow understanding. Learning well is not about consuming as much content as possible. It's about selecting what matters and understanding it deeply. And again, fatigue matters. Studying while mentally exhausted produces very little learning and creates aversion. Over time, the brain starts avoiding studying altogether as form of self-protection. So, studying feels like difficult when it is vague, passive, too long, and emotionally threatening. Studying works when it is specific, active, short, repeated, and emotionally tolerable. Sorry. If studying feels hard, that doesn't mean you're incapable. It usually means the method is working against how your brain actually learns. Alright, so that's it. That's why I wanted to say to you, because as I am saying so many videos, I want to do this series inspired and that people that wants to know more about the brain. And I'm doing that series in English and in Portuguese because they are my biggest and that's it. I lose my points, but they are the people that speak English and the people that speak Portuguese. They are my biggest public, and that's one of the reasons that Uh, I give up for a little time to teach in Spanish. I know that some people will not be happy with this, but it's too complicated to me. Teach in three idioms and not have so many public as the two idioms that I said. And it's too important to me say, speak, and teach with the persons that like the same things I do. Alright? So explain about psychology, philosophy, history, science, and this kind of things that is training our brain, that speak about our brain, is too important to me. So I like so much that, and if you're still here and you are enjoying this kind of series that I'm doing, I hope so much that you really do like this because I like so much to record videos, to work with the YouTube. I don't work with TikTok because I don't want to be a part of this community that mm, take the attention of their public just for 1, 2, 3 minutes. Yeah, I post some shorts here, but my focus is in this kind of video because I I want to be a part of my public. Yeah, I watch my videos and I try to learn more about my videos to make they more likely for you. Yeah, I am not a fluently person in any idiom, even in Portuguese. I'm still learning. Yeah, I write books. Yeah, I write some histories. Yeah, I work with my voice. I work with idioms. But even if I work more than I work right now, I will not be a fluent person in any kind of idiom, in writing, in speaking, in dancing. Yeah, I dance, but I'm not a professional. And I am saying all this because my objective this year is to do a series that everyone will know. Yeah, I'm so far of it, but it's a thing that I want to do is bring more public to the person that to the kind of people that wants to learn something without pay attention in just 3 minutes a day. So yeah, I post videos 2 times a week, but even if I post every day, I know no one will watch it in the first 24 hours. But I want to create a public that will really understand what is my objective and what I want. And I hope so much that you understand. Thank you so much for pay attention at this class. And that's it. Kisses, bye bye, and see you in the next video.